Hey guys, today's video is going to be about kind of going back to basics with how to know if you're manifesting correctly. It's kind of giving you guys a foundation of knowledge and really simple understanding of yes or no, are you doing it correctly? It shouldn't be very complicated. And I've heard from some of my clients and just feedback in general, people get really worked up and stressed out about manifesting. I have had that experience, I still do, I'm human, so sometimes it feels a bit overwhelming. But today's video is going to be more of like a form of reassurance, guidance, and just clarity on knowing that, okay, I'm doing the right thing, just keep persisting, stay calm, or maybe like, oh, actually, I haven't really been doing that, or I haven't felt or experienced that yet. Maybe I need to rework what I'm doing. Maybe I'm not putting in the right amount of effort. So hopefully this will be a really useful video. If it is, if you like this type of topic, please do thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because I do have a lot of manifestation content every week. And a couple of quick updates about my channel. I'm going to be doing a manifestation Q&A. I don't know exactly which day. It'll definitely be within the next week, but I want to do like a little Q&A where it's more like a simple chatty vlog where you guys give me the content and I answer your questions. So if you have a question, this is your opportunity to, get an answer from me without having to book coaching. So hopefully it'll be really useful. Leave your questions below in the comments. I will also open this up to my LOA coaching Instagram page, just if anyone over there has any questions, happens to see it. And yeah, so in the comments of this video and any other manifestation videos, if you just say, hey, this is for your Q&A, and then ask the question, I'll compile everything. So up until that video, feel free to comment with your question, just letting me know it's for the Q&A. And yeah, I heard some good feedback that people would be interested in that. Next point is that I've also created a playlist for all my law of assumption content. And it was actually a lot of videos. It was like almost 60 videos already this year that I've done on manifestation, and I'll keep adding them to the playlist. It's just called Law of Assumption. It should be public listed on my channel. So if you just go into playlists on my channel, you can find everything there. I'm not sure if on the little right hand side tab of as you're watching this video, I don't know if the playlist comes up there, but either way you can find it there. If you ever want to binge watch and want to do a 101 course to just refresh your knowledge of manifestation, find any of my other manifestation topic videos, then everything will be there. It should be a bit more organized on my channel now. So let's just get into the content now. And as always, if you do need one-on-one help, if you would like one-on-one coaching, I offer that, and all the information is on my LOA coaching Instagram page, which is linked below. Or feel free to reach out to me and I will, let you know how to get in contact with me so I can send you over all the details. So first point is that you'll know pretty much because your thoughts are positive. That's how you'll know if you're doing it correctly, if you're on the right path with your manifestation, if you understand what to do and you're just doing it basically. Your thoughts will be positive, not 100%, even in someone who's manifested their desire, someone who's doing really well, manifested a lot of things, learned a lot about self-concept, really developed themselves as conscious creators. No, even those people aren't going to have 100% positive thoughts because that's just not natural, it's not human. So don't beat yourself up if you have a couple doubts here and there. It's just normal. It's about catching the majority. So if you find that the majority of your thoughts are positive, you're definitely manifesting correctly, because you're literally saturating your mind with the new story, with the affirmations, to the point where your mind consciously has calmed down and your ego is not fighting back as much because it's conforming. So I do want to just first as well say that it should not be complicated. It shouldn't be a complex experience. Don't feel overwhelmed. Don't overwhelm yourself with knowledge and watching 50 different coaches, 50 different pages, reading tons of books. Find one or two or three that teach the same thing. So I'm very similar to Sammy Ingram. So I know a lot of people who watch me watch her channel. Any other Law of Assumption, Neville Goddard based channels, we're all going to pretty much be teaching the same thing. So just make sure you're learning from the same type of sources, that what you're picking up is the same type of advice, the same type of teachings, because if you try too many, if you try all these new crazy techniques that people are claiming, or If you end up going back to law of attraction stuff, trying to mix it in, it's going to feel very overwhelming and confusing, and it's just not going to help you. So try to stick to just what you know. All you need to know is what I say in my videos, what Sammy says in her videos, what all the other LOA coaches are saying. That's law of assumption, not law of attraction. But literally affirm for what you want, persist, and think as positively as you can, which means use a mental diet to flip the negative thoughts. It's very simple. That is the foundation. That is the basics of what you need to do to manifest. So please don't try and overcomplicate it or think there's some special thought process or emotional state or length of time that you need to dedicate. It's different for everyone based on your assumptions, how ingrained the negative assumptions are, and how many positive beliefs you have about your manifestation already. It all comes down to the individual, but the practices are always going to be the same. So really try not to overcomplicate it. I think I make my videos really simple and straightforward in terms of my explanations. So yeah, the point is, don't stress out, because the chances are you're already doing it 100% correctly. If you feel good about what you're doing, if you feel motivated, if you feel like you're literally applying what me or any other coach is recommending, then you're already doing it correctly. It's not some crazy mathematical equation that you need to figure out. Just take the advice and apply it to your thoughts. That's essentially what you need to do. So, as I said, if your thoughts are positive and you don't have a lot of moments of spiraling, then you'll know you're doing it correctly. Next point is that you're consciously thinking more positive thoughts. So, you might it's almost like doing a mental diet, where you might just see a couple on TV and you'll tell yourself, yep, that's me and my SP, like SP's doing that with me. This is my relationship. I know this is happening for me. Like, he's probably going to message me later tonight. I'm going to have the same romantic experience that they're having on TV. Or you see someone driving your dream car that you're trying to manifest, and you say, that is my car. Like, this is a sign that I'm literally getting it right now. Like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This means I have my dream car. If you're naturally just starting to think those kind of thoughts, you're definitely on the right track, because A, you understand how a mental diet and thought process works when it comes to trying to manifest. And B, it means that your mind is already starting to conform, because it's literally already thinking these thoughts for you, or rather it's you, but you're thinking these thoughts in your mind. So it literally just shows you that your mind is already starting to conform. And please keep in mind that if you're just starting out on the journey and you don't have these experiences, don't panic, because it takes time. For the first day or couple of weeks even, you could have a lot of doubtful, negative thoughts thrown out from your ego, from Felicia, as I like to call her. And it's going to take time. Your mind is not used to it. It's like trying to fight back and be like, no, you're trying to change what we're thinking. We've always believed this. We've always thought this. Why are you trying to put these new thoughts in our mind? And it's going to fight back a little bit. Not in a negative way where it's like the ego isn't necessarily the enemy. It is something to kind of flip when those thoughts come up. But it's just trying to protect you. So it's gonna kind of cause resistance the first time that you start manifesting something. So just persist through that, and yeah, don't panic if you aren't experiencing these things just yet. But as I said, if you're doubting whether you've been manifesting correctly and you're kind of already on that journey towards your desire, if you have fewer doubtful thoughts, which is the same as thinking more positive thoughts, but if you have fewer doubts, fewer spiraling moments, fewer negative thoughts or questions come up in your mind, like, will he text me? Will I get the job? Like, what if they pick someone else? What if there's a better candidate? If you're having fewer thoughts like that, or you're flipping them faster, or they're just not as prevalent or prominent or important to you in your mind, then you're definitely manifesting correctly, because as I said, your mind is conforming. It's starting to adjust to the new way of thinking, and it's accepting your mental diet essentially. And next is more of an emotional state, which emotions don't manifest, but as I said in my previous video, they can lead to the creation of specific types of thoughts. Whereas, if you're happy, you're probably going to think more happy thoughts. If you're sad, you're going to think more sad thoughts. So that's why a mental diet is always so important. But if you're feeling more confident, more self-assured in your power as a creator, more self-assured in knowing that, yeah, I'm doing it correctly, like I just feel like my manifestation is coming, then of course you're doing it correctly. If you're feeling good about what you're doing, then it's obviously a sign that you are definitely, applying all the techniques correctly. You're yeah, you've got the right amount of kind of willpower and determination and focus day in, day out, to the point where it's affected you emotionally. You almost have the same emotional reaction as if you were experiencing your manifestation. You feel confident, self-assured, relaxed, happy, at peace. Those are all end result emotions that you'd feel having your desire. So if you're already experiencing that now, it just shows that you're getting closer and closer to your manifestation. But I do want to point out again, this isn't what you have to experience to get your manifestation. You can be absolutely shattered emotionally, you know, feeling kind of depressed, crying every day over your SP. You know, it's not a positive thing, obviously, but it's not going to stop your manifestation. You can cry and feel sad and like despondent or depressed, but if you're still affirming and you are flipping those thoughts and you're rampaging your affirmations through that state, you're still going to get your manifestation. So it doesn't have to be that happy emotional state for you to get what you want. So next point that really ties into that already is that you're trusting in your manifesting abilities. So as I said, you're confident in yourself as a conscious creator. You feel confident in knowing that I know what I'm doing, I've got this, it's working, I'm just going to persist because I know I can do it. And I love seeing this from my clients when they get to this point, when they start to gain more confidence and understanding in how powerful they are, that they can do it. This is such an amazing experience for anyone on their manifesting journey, just feeling like you're, you know what you're doing, you trust in your ability to manifest. You understand how to affirm, you understand a mental diet, you understand that, yeah, you just understand all the techniques essentially. Just your ability to manifest something, how powerful you are as a creator, that you're in control of your reality. If you're starting to have these thoughts and assumptions created, that's a really good sign that your self-concept is developing to a really high level and that you are getting closer and closer to your manifestation. You're manifesting in the correct way because you're feeling confident in yourself. So that cannot lead to a negative assumption about yourself in terms of your ability to manifest. Hopefully that made sense. That was a bit of a long-winded point, but yeah, essentially if you feel confident in how you can manifest things, your ability to get anything you want, if you're starting to get there, then you are manifesting correctly. And final point that I just wanted to discuss is if you're having positive dreams about, usually it's an SP, if you're having positive dreams about your SP, just any dreams where you're either experiencing your desire, your manifestation, or you're experiencing something similar that's super positive, that shows movement, that's a really positive sign that your subconscious mind is conforming and you've saturated your mind to a level where you're actually starting to dream about it. Because if you think about it, when you watch a movie, sometimes that movie shows up in your dreams. That's why at night I try not to watch like true crime or anything super scary, because then I always freak out thinking I'm going to dream about it. So literally the same way if you spend hours a day affirming for your SP, it's very possible you will dream about them because you've saturated your subconscious so heavily. And also if you're seeing birds before land, so that just means any signs, any positive signs that would imply, that your manifestation is coming into your reality, whether it's similarities to your SP, someone else having or using your desire, like your desired car, your dream home, someone's got a really similar home and you see on Instagram. These can all be considered as birds before land, and they're a positive sign that you are manifesting correctly because you've focused your mind on them so much that they're showing up in front of you in your dreams or just at random moments in real life. Or rather, I should say in 3D reality, because real life is up here. But also probably the most important point is seeing 3D movement. You don't need this. You don't have to get signs or physical experiences of movement. If you're getting birds before land, or even especially seeing movement in your 3D, your SP texts you. It doesn't matter what the contents of that text are. If they're reaching out to you, if you're, if you've been approved for, credit or a loan, and that's going to help you buy your, manifestation, if it's a tangible item like a car or a house, and you've been approved for a mortgage, a loan, whatever it is, that is movement. And that obviously shows that you're doing it correctly because you're literally on those physical steps to getting your manifestation. You're seeing it all come together right before your eyes. Now that is not to confuse again that if you don't have 3D movement, it means you're not manifesting correctly, because that's not the case. Sometimes you can get your manifestation with 0 birds before land, with 0 visible movement. It's all behind the scenes. This can be the case a lot of times with an SP. So again, these are just, if you're experiencing these signs, then they show you're on the right track. You can tick them off the list. If you're not experiencing them, it does not mean that you're manifesting the wrong way. Sometimes we don't get these signs or physical movement prior to getting the whole thing. So hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that maybe gave you guys some clarity, some reassurance, and understanding that, okay, phew, I'm on the right track. Or like I said, if you don't experience any of these things and it's been weeks or months, then maybe reevaluate how you're manifesting, what your practices are every day. Are you spending enough time affirming? Do you have a clean mental diet? These are all questions to ask yourself if you don't feel confident. But I do hope this video clarified things for you and helped you feel better. So do thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notifications if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.